Alrighty, g'day guys. Welcome back to Stat Chat Sports. You're here with Steve and Tazza. Looking forward to game week 10 of the Premier League. As always, we look at one game, the game of the week. Tazza, game of the week for the upcoming week?
This week we have Arsenal v Liverpool. Two teams, definitely very different fortunes. The tale of the tape, looking back, I mean, this is a fixture that Liverpool have dominated in recent time. They've won the last four, and some of these are quite convincing. We're looking at 2-0, we're looking at 4-0, we're looking at 3-0 over the last three fixtures. So, what's that? 9-0 on aggregate, last three. It won't be like this time. It cannot be like this. Unless there's some dramatic, wild change of fortune and squads, as we've talked about in our previous videos, it will not be like this anymore, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, your opinion is mine as well. I agree. There's no. It's difficult to look past that previous form between the two fixtures. It's been heavily favoured Liverpool for the last, not just the last five, for probably the last 5 years, maybe longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this year's just a different kettle of fish. We backed Arsenal last week in the game of the week last week in the North London derby. We thought Spurs and Arsenal were pretty close, but we backed Arsenal being at the Emirates. I think Arsenal would win it at Anfield at this point in time. The Emirates will just kick it up a notch for them. And I dare say it won't even be close, to be perfectly honest. Maybe 3-1 Arsenal, somewhere around there, given the leaky Liverpool defence and Arsenal they're playing well up front. They're scoring plenty of goals, not just through Hazels up front, but we saw the two goals from Partey and Xhaka, so that they're dipping in with the midfield as well. And Gabriel, Saliba's got a few, so there's goals everywhere in that team at the moment. So I can't see why this is any more than a convincing Arsenal win.
Yeah, I like the 3-1 prediction. I think you're right on the money there. I mean, I can't see Liverpool. The defensive solidity that we've seen Arsenal lacking in recent years has shipped that right to Liverpool. And it's pretty much role reversal. It's two completely different fortunes in these teams. And yeah, like you said, Emirates, it'll be bouncing definitely for a fixture that they've obviously been dominated in. They will expect to get 3 points here, and it's quite strange. I'd imagine most Arsenal supporters would be looking at that and just thinking, "Wow, okay, we've come a fair way here."
Yeah,
if we're definitely looking to take 3 points from a Liverpool visit, but such is the demise of Liverpool and the ascendancy of Arsenal. They're putting together a real good tight team there, and watching Arsenal in possession, they look so much more comfortable. They're fine just plonking the ball around. They're not haphazard anymore. It's just clean, and Arteta's got that team humming. It looks really good, and obviously Arteta coming from the school of Pep, so it's like we've alluded to it before. It's Pep light, and it looks good.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned just the fixture list between the two before. I mean, it's not a fixture I can imagine many Arsenal supporters at the start of the season would look forward to. But they'll be absolutely licking their lips now because they've got Liverpool at the best possible time here. Given the form that they're in, they've got them at the bottom of their game. So this is the best time, better time than never to be playing Liverpool. And obviously Arsenal have plenty to play for at the moment. They're top of the table. City are obviously breathing down their necks, so that they won't want to have a slip up. They'll want to be obviously wanting to keep that going for as long as possible. Given the fact that they dominated Spurs, they've got that boost from that in the North London derby win. So look, I think it's pretty inconclusive that this is a comfortable Arsenal win. Okay, Tazza, we'll move on to our unpopular opinion segment, the final segment of the video. Just the one today, but one I think I think that could cause a fair amount of discussion and debate. It's looking at one of the two players that are heavily debated between one another anyway, Messi and Ronaldo. It's a Venn diagram that I came across online. I've sent it to you, so you've got it in front of yourself there. But it's essentially, in a way, it's basically saying that Messi is the most complete player to ever play football. You know, he's not in a bracket of anybody else. He's in a bracket of his own because he is the most complete player. We'll put the Venn diagram on the screen for you on the video so you can follow along, so you can you understand what we're talking about here. But essentially, we've got a group of sort of two players in three different categories: best playmakers, greatest playmakers, Xavi, Zidane. You've got the greatest goal scorers in Pele and Cristiano Ronaldo, and the greatest dribblers Maradona and Ronaldinho. And sitting smack bang in the middle of that Venn diagram is Lionel Messi, basically representing the greatest of all time. He's got all those attributes, and he's basically the best at all of those things.
Yeah. Look, it's hard to argue. I mean, Maradona and Ronaldinho, sorry, just highlight reel guys.
Yeah.
The mazy dribbles. There's countless videos out there of just the way that they can weave and just maneuver through packed defenses. We haven't seen anything like that. And yeah, you see that with Messi. You don't see that with a Cristiano Ronaldo. You don't see that with a Xavi or a Zidane or a Pele. I mean, Pele's going back a fair while, but Pele was just an out-and-out goal scorer. The goal scorers, yeah, the form's there. I mean, what did Messi put 90 in a calendar year?
Yeah, I think it's 90. I feel like it was 91 in a calendar year, which is still yet to be played.
Yeah, and will we ever say that? Probably not. I think it was Gerd Muller, I think, was the one he broke the record of.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so highly doubt we're seeing anything like that. So he's got the goal scoring pedigree, 100%. Ronaldo is probably the other modern contemporary that you put alongside him. And we spoke about Pele before. And the playmakers, yeah. I mean, Messi has shifted as his career's gone on into that playmaking role. It's less of the mazy runs and more of the picking a pass. I mean, it's probably what you see more as players age. It's just using your skill more than your physical attributes. It's really hard to argue with that. Yeah, it's. I don't know if it's unpopular, but it's definitely a good conversation piece, because I'm sure the CR7 fanboys out there wouldn't have a bar of it, but I'm a little bit more impartial to both of them. I don't have any allegiance to either one of them. Just take them for what they are. But yeah, I think this is it's accurate.
Yeah, I think that's why it can, potentially you could potentially call it an unpopular opinion, because in the eyes of all the Cristiano Ronaldo, fans, it is. But when you sort of break it down and simplify it in a setting like this, like the Venn diagram, it's hard to argue. Really, you could put. You could maybe put a couple of other players, Neymar in terms of the dribbling, or I don't know, like I'll throw out like Luis Suarez in terms of goal scoring. Nowhere near the level of these guys, but I mean, he's just the goals that he scores, and Messi's just got it all. I mean, there's probably one of the greatest solo goals Messi's ever scored in his career. I believe it was a Copa del Rey final, and I think it also produced probably one of the best Spanish commentary moments as well. But yeah, that you don't quite see that from Messi anymore. But in Messi's prime days, probably that 2012-13 season, anywhere from there upwards till probably when he left Barcelona, to be honest, it's hard to argue the fact that he's not the greatest mixture, or the greatest the complete footballer. We'll use the term complete footballer in terms of playmaking, goal scoring, and dribbling, like we're looking at here.
Yeah, I think that's the best phrase, is the most complete, the most the jack of all trades, really.
Mm.
All of those other guys are masters of their trade, but Messi doesn't. He does all of them at an extremely high level. Maybe you wouldn't. You can have him up near the top of all those categories, but no one does all three quite as good as he does.
Yeah, no, great points. Good points made all around. I think that's going to wrap us up. Nice little short one today. But yeah, we'll carry on as always. Unpopular opinions, leave them in the comments if you've got any, so we can bring them up on the channel in upcoming weeks. But yeah, thanks for joining us in the video. Subscribe if you're new. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. It helps out the videos a great deal. But that'll do us for this week. We'll see you all next week. Ciao.